another one. I had to use my Android today, so hopefully it's showing up well enough. All right, we're not going to delay. We are just going to jump right in, grab some decks, and see what the energy is. At this Mystic Martian Oracle deck. So let's see what comes out of here. Okay, just trying to see where the energy is for this reading. So Holy Spirit, what is the energy got in this reading today? Or should I say tonight? What is the energy? So this one revealed itself actually flipped over. Ooh. So I was kind of feeling that energy. I'm gonna cover this up because the tie's out. It says Nagas, lovers, erotica, and sensuality. What is going on? Okay, that is literally what the card is saying here. I can't even show this. Hey, amazing grace. Amazing grace. So the first card that came out was this one. This it's basically like a lover's card here. And if you look at it, it's giving me like they have snake skin. It's like two snakes. It's like but it's forming that medical symbol. I forget what it's called. Am I? I'm still breaking up. Can you hear me now? Good. Wait, can you hear me well, or am I still breaking up? Which one? Am I breaking up, or can you hear me? Oh, so is my visual still breaking up now? Because everything looks clear on my end. Hi. Hey, hey, PX. Is my video freezing up? Is my video freezing up, PX? King, hey, King. The visual is choppy. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's see. You say, yeah. Wait a minute. Let me see. What about now? Is the visual still choppy? Because I don't want it to be choppy. Hi, chill guy. Is my visual choppy? It's better? Okay, good. So we started out with the lovers here. We started out with this lovers. It says Nagas. I want to actually read what the book says for it because I've never had this card come out before. So I'm just curious to see what it says. It says ancient Hindu and Buddhist texts speak of semi-divine serpent beings called Nagas, which is Sanskrit for serpent. The Nagas are described as powerful, very beautiful, and highly advanced snake reptoid beings that are advantageous to humans while also dangerously fearsome and temperamental if provoked. Ancient what it says? Iconography depicts the Nagas with upper human faces and torsos and snakes' bodies from the waist down. Naga is a male and Naginis is female. Some suggest that Naga could be a human hybridized genotype from the Alpha Draconian race. Like the Alpha Draconians, Nagas have the capacity to shapeshift into total human form. The Naga's full form is fourth dimensional and not visible to the average low third vibrational human sensory perception. Hey, Shyness, the Hindu epic poem, the Mahabharata, whatever they say, the Mahabharata, the Maharaja, makes reference to the Nagas. Many ancient iconographies and texts around the world depict powerful serpent beings, including Quetzalcoatl from Mexico, the rainbow serpent from Aboriginal Australia, a Greek god Glycon, and goddess Eschidna, Eschidna. Being subterranean, the Nox prefer to mostly reside in the deep, dense oceanic waters or subterranean citadels away from human population. They are highly protective of their private environments. Unlike the terraformer walking, talking humanoids, Nagas are more comfortable inhabiting the subtle, sensual energy fields where they fluidly regenerate their inbuilt elixir, nectar, of immortality from the depths of the ocean. Very interesting. It says the card meaning is tantra, erotica, sensuality, lovers, sexual union, vitality, seductive kundalini, healthy lust, and desire. So there's some sort of lover coming in here, and it's giving the energy like it's gonna feel like a very like erotic type situation, right? So, but the thing is, it's not that toxic kind of lust, right? It said healthy lust and desire, sexual union. So you and someone could very well actually like have this not just a mental connection, but a really strong sexual kind of connection is the energy that's coming out. Yes. It's like don't feel shame. We got shadow, right? Denial, projecting shame, shadow self. So don't be shamed. Like don't let it shame you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it shame you. Don't let being sexual be a shameful thing to you. Hello, Sherry. Okay. Like our bodies are made for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that just came out, and this actually is supposed to be the energy for the reading. And not what I had in mind, but we'll go with it. That's what spirit want to do. We'll go with it. So let's see what's going on with this erotica lover situation here, because now I'm curious. Right now I'm curious. Okay. Now I was drawn to this deck as well. So let's see. Let's see what comes out. Hmm. So I seen this one hard on their sleeve. But we gonna see. We are going to see. But it's definitely a lot of love over there. A lot of passion. A lot, a lot. And this is like a mixed energy kind of deck. So it's interesting to see what's going to come out of here. So Holy Spirit, can you clarify this Nagas here? Something flip. So we got mob mentality. So it did say that they could be dangerous, okay, if provoked, right? It said they could be dangerous if provoked, and we got the mob mentality down here. So what is going on? What is going on that would cause a mob mentality to come out? I'm curious to know. Mob mentality clarifying the lovers. What? Completely changed. Hmm. So, so what I'm getting is the energy like I'm a lover, not a fighter, right? So there could have been someone who's very explosive, a very explosive energy, and it's like turn their they turn their life around. They're completely changed now. Hmm. So someone was easily provoked, but with the hit the brakes at the bottom of the deck, it's like someone had to learn like how to control their anger. Yeah, somebody had to learn how to control their anger. Look, we got caught out there. Caught out there. Yeah, somebody. So it's like somebody may have had to learn the hard way, right? Yeah, somebody had to learn the hard way. Then we got crash and burn right under that. They had to learn the hard way. Settling, settling, skating on thin ice, doormat energy, encrypted. Mm, mm, mm. Cautiously optimistic, secret crush, rolling in that grave. So with these coming out, especially this settling, skating on thin ice, doormat energy, right? It's definitely kind of giving the energy like somebody had to learn a lesson. Somebody, it's like somebody realized that because they were settling here, somebody was settling, right? And because they were settling, because they were choosing to settle, it's like it was provoking them to anger instead of being in a loving energy. It's like they were being provoked to anger with this mob mentality. But they had to pump the brakes on their energy. Like somebody couldn't keep operating. Yeah, somebody couldn't keep operating in that same mob mentality because look, they got caught. They got caught. So somebody got caught up in this mob mentality. They did. Somebody got caught up in that mob mentality and it made them pump the brakes. And this is the person who had to start thinking before, you know, they had to think before they react, right? Because they crashed and burned. Look, then you got fire in both. And it's a vehicle here. Like somebody literally crashed and burned because they were operating in this mob mentality. So somebody learned a lesson. Somebody learned a lesson for sure. And the lesson that they learned is number one, not to settle, right? Not to settle. Yeah, somebody got caught up. They were skating on thin ice. They were skating on thin ice anyway because of the mentality that they had. Yeah, somebody was skating on thin ice because they was operating in that mob mentality. They were right, but they were provoked because they were settling, right, and they were settling for doormat energy basically. So it's like not only are you settling, but you're settling for something that is basically treating you like you're nothing. Okay? And this could be anybody or anything, a job, it could be friends, it could be family, it could be a lover, right? Like literally treating you like nothing, like treating you like you ain't nothing. But we got completely changed though. Something completely changed here. Yeah, something completely changed. Let's see. Let's see what changed. Well, I thought it was going to be a nice little cute little love reading since the August came out with the sensuality. So what changed, Spirit? What changed? Okay. Mm. Wow, it's crazy. Like, because they got caught up, somebody got caught up and it made them sit down somewhere. It made them sit down and it made them think about what they had going on, right? And this is the person who realized that they were settling for, it's like they thinking about like, why am I so angry? Where is all this coming from, right? And they realize it's because they're settling, right? And they're settling for something that is not reciprocal here. They're not getting the same energy that they're putting out here. It's not, the energy is not given. So they like, man, I'm mad all the time. I'm spazzing out. I'm going off on folks. Like, what is going on, right? So we got GPS, and now clear. This is clarifying completely changed. So I asked, what's completely changed, and we have GPS and sweet talk. So it's like they're looking for this sweet talk energy, right? That's what changed. It's almost giving me like looking in all the wrong places. Literally. Energy. It's like looking for love in all the wrong places. So this person who was looking for love or love wasn't. They were looking for genuine energy where there was nothing genuine in the energy, right? They were looking to be treated fair where nothing was fair. The only thing that was there was lust. It was nothing there but lust, right? So they definitely realized like this is not healthy. This is not healthy. But this person wants something healthy. Because this is the energy they were operating in right here. Literally. Bumping heads, I'm telling you. Bumping heads. This is a person who was spazzing out because they were selling. Massive regrets. Massive regrets. Closing this cycle. Mm, mm, mm. So this person went through a, well, thank you, Dan, for liking my show. So this person like basically went through an ego death because it's like they're realizing all these things. It says chaos, ego death, downward spiral, spiritual awakening. So this is exactly what this is. This is a person who had to see themselves from a different perspective. You see how the face is here? This is a person who had to see themselves from a different perspective of who they thought they were, or how they thought that they were presenting. It's like, no, they realized that what they were presenting is not what they wanted to present. So it's like they decided to close out this cycle of this reckless love situation with the lust and all this and the data. So instead of looking for love in the wrong places, it's like this person is ready to start looking for love in a healthy situation, like literally illumination, truth, discovery, awakening. This is a person who realizes that they were caught up in a trap, right? They were caught up in a trap. And it's like they even like this is what they saw like when they went through this little dark night of the soul, I guess you can call it, because that's basically what it is. They realized that they were selfish, stubborn, arrogant, and full of ego and pride. They realized that they were in their own way. They were in their own way by the choices that they was making, right? But they don't want that toxic love no more. They're wanting to close this cycle. Literally, they're wanting to close this cycle and open this cycle, right? So now we're going into a twin flame situation. So now this person is wanting a twin flame situation because they're realizing what they had was a fairy tale. It was phony. It was an illusion. They woke up from this illusion, literally a spiritual awakening regarding this illusion. Mm, mm, mm. We got love child here, and we got a shame. So this person could have even had like a kid, or could have even gotten pregnant or something like that, but we got ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, in the wrong. So uh, don't come for me, but somebody could have even like aborted a kid. Okay, trigger warning. Somebody could have very well aborted a kid because they were operating in this reckless sexual behavior here, for sure. Mm-mm. Every time I flip, it's like, yeah, somebody is getting rid of these toxic ways, right? With the funeral and the sex addiction, it's like they're putting an end to that energy. They're not wanting to continue to operate in that energy because there is no love there. It's just darkness, right? And shame. And they don't want to be in that energy at all. Ooh, I see a truth oracle. Let's see. So this is a person who realized like the path that they on was a path of destruction and not a path of love, but love is what they really wanted. Love was the aim here. That was the goal, to have a healthy love. But they realized that what they was doing, it was nothing healthy about it. And it was never gonna lead to anything healthy. So they had to close it out. And now I'm getting that energy like because they're having to close this out to go towards a more healthy love, there's somebody that is trying to get in the way of that, that's still trying to fill this person with these fairy tales, right? But they constantly bumping heads because they don't see the love nowhere. It ain't on the map. Ain't no love on that map. Okay? So this is the person who's going through a spiritual awakening, and they could very well have a person trying to like feed them all these illusions to make it seem like their spiritual awakening, that the things that they're actually waking up to is like they're trying to make them feel like it's false. But that's divine intervention stepping in, literally. That's divine intervention stepping in for this person to reveal these things to this person, because this could very well be a person who had no clue that they were even operating in this kind of energy, or they weren't understanding why. So they could have even just spoke out to the universe like, why is all this happening to me? Why is my life the way it is? Da 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 da. Right? Just in one of those moments. And you know what? When you call on spirit, spirit come through. Okay? Okay? Your home team come through for you when you call on them. So let's see. That's the point we at. So where we going next, sweetie? That's that point we at. Look, I'm telling you. Look, we going home with it. We going to the home team. So let's see. Cause now it's almost like it's like that energy you got, that somebody who's feeding them illusions in one ear, and then you got spirit team, right? Your home team feeding them something else in the other ear, right? So this is what this person is going through. Mm, mm, mm. Intuition at the bottom of the deck. So they're having to trust their own intuition, right? Instead of listening to what they're being told by this one person, they're having to trust their own intuition. This is a person who is used to following the guidance of other people around them, right? Yeah, this is somebody who is used to following the guidance of the people around them. Okay, because it's like they have a hard time like choosing what's truth and what's not true. It says unknown, puzzle, illusion, confusing. So they could get confused, and in their confusion they ask for assistance, but the assistance they asking for it's a roll of the dice. It's a huge risk, because the people that they're asking are not people you should ask for that kind of advice, right? Look, we got law, lawyer, judge, police. These people don't have good judgment. These people don't have good judgment, right? Like, these are people who need checks and balances on themselves. We got crown here. And this is just giving me like that crown chakra energy. Like, this person, and it's coming right on top of intuition. So it's like this is a person who has good intuition. They just don't know how to listen to it, right? But they have to master their own intuition here, right? They have to own it, because that's the only way that they're going to be able to level up. That's the only way that they're going to be able to get through this dark time, right? Because they definitely feel stupid for all the things that they've done when they was operating in that mob mentality, okay? And that reckless, lusty energy. Definitely feeling away. Mm. Yeah, they're wanting to run away from it. They're wanting to get far, far away. What's this? Mm. Look, I'm talking about they really wanting to get away. We got change. We got passionate love, thorns and short. They want to get away from this energy. They want a change from this short-lived pleasure. They do. It's very short-lived. They want to change from the short-lived pleasure. It's like it says passionate love, thorns, and short, right? So this reckless sexual behavior, okay, is short lived. It's only a temporary fix. It's not anything that they can carry with them for a lifetime. It was just something in the moment. Okay? There is no passion there. This person wants transformation. They want to be renewed. They want to evolve from the energy that they've been stuck in for so long. They want to evolve. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay? Look, we got drinks. So this person could be using, little coping methods just to try to get through the day to day, right? But this also could be something else that they're trying to change here. They're trying to get away from the bad habits or whatever, or they're trying to just get away from these habits because it's affecting them, right? It's like they're realizing, okay, whenever I'm on this particular substance, I'm acting this way. So maybe if I cut it out and just stick to the coffee, the teas, and the water, that'll be better for me. That'll be better for me because I get way too turned up when I'm on the other stuff. So this could be this person's energy. Like it could be their energy for sure. So let's see here. Let's see here. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. So just so y'all know where we at, right? We got a person who wants to be in a loving relationship, but it's like they're realizing that their behavior is the reason that they haven't been able to have a loving relationship just full of passion, right? Because that's their ultimate goal. But they're realizing that the mob mentality that they had, right? Just a very hot headed person popping off. They're realizing that they had that energy because they were settling. They were settling, right? Settling for a situation where basically they became a doormat, okay? And they weren't happy. So this would actually provoke them to go out and be in this reckless sexual energy and be in this reckless mob mentality energy, right? But they have to sit with themselves because they got caught up. They got caught up in that reckless energy. So I don't know if they did have like some sort of run in with the law. This person could have very well had some sort of run in with the law to make them sit down and think about some of the stuff that they've been doing. And while they had a chance to think about that, they realized I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player, so crush your lives, right? Yeah, yeah. And they were ashamed. They were ashamed here. This person was ashamed. Let's see. You got influencer, trendsetter, content creator, follower, online influence. Mm-mm-mm. So it's giving the energy like this person allowed themselves to be influenced by external sources. For one, for two, for three. So they could have even like hung around people who was even in this mob mentality. Okay? So that may not have even been their original energy. this could very well just be a person who was people pleasing, just trying to be in with the in crowd. So they figure if they want to be in with the in crowd, then they had to do the same thing that they were doing, or even do it on a bigger scale, right? Even do it on a bigger scale. But the thing about that is, you doing it on the bigger scale, end up getting caught up. That's the thing. End up getting caught up out there, trying to do something on a bigger scale, trying to be seen so hard. It's the thing. They were trying to be seen so hard. Skating on thin ice. Skating on thin ice. I mean, it's crazy energy, literally. Then we got law, right? But we also have completely changed. So it's like a 180. So this person made a 180 in their thinking, right? Because that's what manifestation starts, right? With thought. So now this person is thinking different. Okay, they're thinking different now because they want to see different. They're thinking different because they want to see different. Now they're choosing their influencers wisely because they see that influence plays a big part. They're seeing this now. Even though this is something they should have been seeing, you know what I'm saying? They were blinded. They were blinded by this mob mentality. They were blinded by the toxic energy that they were sitting in. It was all fun and games till they got caught up. It was all fun and games till they got caught up. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see something real quick, y'all. Because I'm not in my room, so. Whatever. Into. Mm, mm, mm. So, yeah. Going back to this person, it's like a thing of influence, right? Being influenced by the company you keep, being influenced by the people you let in your ear, being influenced by the things that you see, even, right? Being influenced by unhealed traumas, being influenced by all sorts of things, really. Mm, mm, mm. So we got the influencer. So, and we still got Mathis. She got the out. So we're gonna cover that up. Mm, mm, mm. So now this is a person who is at a point in their life where they're starting to see things as they really are, right? They're starting to see people for who they are, especially the people that have been influencing this person, the people that have been around them. So it's like with them completely changing the way that they process and actually giving themselves a chance to go into this introspective mode where they can actually pay attention to everything around them and just being more aware altogether of their surroundings. It's like, okay, dang, like, man, I didn't realize, like, you know what I'm saying, A causes B, right? And C is causing D. So if I get rid of A, then I get rid of B. If I get a C, then I get rid of D. So this is a person who is starting to put together all the pieces of the puzzle here, right? So this is what is exactly going on. This is a person who is starting to put together the pieces of the puzzle where they didn't even realize was a puzzle before. Like they didn't even realize there was anything missing. There was that it was anything that needed to put together. Like this is a person who was just living life, people pleasing, all the above. And because of all that, they ended up in a situation where they had to get sat down because they got caught. They got caught out there. It said caught out there. So they got caught in that energy. They got caught. They got caught and they got regulated for whatever toxicity or whatever it was that they was doing. Okay, whatever mob mentality, whatever mob action, gang, whatever they was on, they got caught up in it. And it made them sit down. So now they can't do nothing but think. So now they sitting here and they thinking about it and they like, man, I really messed up. Like I shouldn't be in this energy. And so it go from I shouldn't be in this energy to why am I in this energy? Why was I acting like that? Like what made me do that? Like this is a person who is literally starting to ask themselves questions now. You know, which is a good thing because that's exactly what going through the dark night of the soul is. Questioning yourself, learning yourself, figuring stuff out. So they're finally doing this now. Finally doing this. After all that time, you have to understand it's like it's giving the energy like this is a person who has been doing this a long time, people pleasing for a long time, okay, mob gang for a long time. So this is all they know. So now for them to actually sit down and be sitting and thinking about all the stuff that they've done, it hit different. It's life changing for them. It's life changing, literally. And so now, what do they go from here? What does this person go from here? Because now they're in that moment of introspection. Now they're in that moment of what's next for me. What good is there out there for me? Now this person is starting to ask different questions, right? Which is exactly what they needed to do, like I said. Look, I literally just split the deck on game. Reader. Okay. So let's see, shall we? What's next? Now that they're in introspection, what are some of the things that is being revealed to them? What's being revealed to this person during the introspection? Mm. So, in their introspection, this person is realizing, right? They're realizing that they need good guidance, right? So that's going right back to that influencer. During this person's moment of introspection, they're realizing that they need good guidance, not any kind of guidance, good guidance, right? Stable guidance, reliable guidance, right? It says navigator, progress, direction. So this is a person who is trying to map out their life now. They're trying to figure out life, right? So this is what's happening during their introspection. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out how to take the steps towards the right direction, right? Look, we got Knight, keeper of honor, armor, battle, loyalty. Like this is literally a person who is trying to go in the direction of honor now, instead of that mob mentality where they gotta keep watching their back, where they gotta worry about having to deal with the law. They don't want to live that life no more. They want to actually live a life of honor, right? They want to be seen as a loyal person. Okay, so right now that they're still having to battle old demons as well. They're still having to battle old demons. But it's possible through the guidance, through proper guidance, it's possible. Okay? So what else is this person realizing during this dark night of the soul? We got magician. So this person is realizing that they were under heavy illusions. They're realizing that they were under heavy illusions, and the things that they were manifesting were not good things. They weren't positive things. They weren't things that was actually helping them, but things that were digging them in a deeper hole, actually. So this is a person who is learning how to actually use manifestations in a healthy way, more so than a negative or a deceitful way. So all this energy that this person has, all this energy that they've been channeling to do bad things, all this energy that they've been channeling to do negative things, they're now channeling to do better things, right? To bring in better things for themselves is the energy. And it's like it it's it's like their spirits are being uplifted. We got the clown here. It's like their spirits are being uplifted, right? The mask is coming off. The mask is coming off. So this is a person who is starting to be lighter in their energy because they're choosing to make a difference. They're choosing to fight for honor. Okay? They're choosing to fight for honor and loyalty. Okay? What else is this person realizing? There you go. Look. This person is realizing that they are the driver, they are the navigator, that they're the one steering their own passage. And they're realizing that as long as they are the ones influencing themselves and not letting somebody else influence them, okay, it's like they're taking the advice and grabbing the pieces that's useful to them and using it to navigate them, okay, in a better way, towards a better route, okay? Like literally, this person just learned, like, all this time I've been letting other people control my life. 11:11 is on the clock. All my life I've been letting other people control my life. You mean to tell me I had the power to control my own life all this time? What? I just literally heard seeing red. It's like this person could have been upset behind this, and we got lost soul right here. And we got lost soul. It says seeker of clarity, wanderer, confusion, defeat, struggle, confirmation. Like this person is realizing, like, all this time I've been lost. All this time I've been lost. All this time I've been lost. And I had the power the whole time to find myself. I had the power the whole time to steer my life in a different direction. But they didn't know the way to go. They just didn't know the way to go. Because they never actually been through a dark night of the soul. They never actually been through introspection. So this is all new for them. So they're realizing these things in during their dark night of the soul. They're getting clarity. It says seeker of clarity, wanderer. I mean, their mind is on 1,000 right now. It's like so many things is being revealed to them during this time. Yes, look, literally, repairman at the bottom of the deck. Come on, spirit, doctor. So many things are being revealed to them. This is a time for healing for this person. I'm telling you, this is a time for healing. Healer of ailment, treatment, surgery, diagnosis and compassion, repair, restore, restart, renovate. Come on now. This person is going through a healing period by choosing to go through the dark night of the soul. Look, there was a look. This person felt like a fool for letting other people influence them, for letting other people guide which way they would go. Look, you see, it's three kids and only two bikes. One of them riding on the back. Somebody riding on the handlebar. Somebody is letting somebody else steer them. Okay, one of these kids riding on the handlebars. So this is the person who feel like that kid that was riding on the handlebars. Okay, not riding their own bike, not pedaling their own bike, not steering their own bike, but being steered on somebody else's. Yeah, they feel like a fool. They feel like a fool for allowing somebody else to control them. But this person is learning. This person is definitely learning that they got to be a watchman for their own soul. They have to guard their energy. They're learning this. You can't just allow people to come in and live your life for you. You can't allow people to come in and make decisions for your life for you. No, you have to guard it. Guard your life, honey. Then we got animal shaman. It says animal spirit, spirit leader, and nature. Okay? So this is a person who is now being protected, okay, and is now starting to hear from their spirit team because before they were not in a place where they could hear because they weren't listening. But now they're listening, right? They're listening now. They may even have a very strong connection with nature and animals as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have challenger and dancer. And under challenger, it says seeker of adventures, courage, challenge, and goal. And under dancer, we have weaver of grace, movement, harmony, rhythm, and passion. So now it's like this person is being challenged, right? This person is being challenged to move different now. They're being challenged to move different. That's the challenge. Just to move different. Because the way that they were moving, they weren't going anywhere fast. Look, we got blacksmith and madman. This is all they was doing. creating madness. They were just creating madness. That's it. Embracer of madness, frenzy, chaos, unruly, and possession. Like literally, a lost soul. Mm, mm, mm. And we got stranger that fell in the reverse. Passerby, encounter by chance, mutual aid, and new friend. Look, it was in the reverse. Look, it's not by chance. This reading is not by chance. Okay? This reading is for the pursuers of knowledge. Okay? This is for the explorers of information. So if you've actually been watching this reading the whole time, or you've caught most of this reading, then it's not by coincidence. Because this could be your energy or somebody you know. It could very well be that. Yeah. Look, we got courier. I am delivering the message to you through this reading. Literally. Giving you all this wisdom. Giving you all this wisdom. Okay? Through my gifts, through my creations. Do you hear me? Come through, Spirit. Through my experience, through my research. Okay? Because I am a believer in justice. I am a believer in revolution. Okay? But I'm also a shadow walker, baby. A master of stealth. And I'm a king in my own right. Okay? I'm a king in my own right. Okay? When it comes to sovereign of realms, monarch, authority, rule, and inheritance. Engineer, architect of solutions. Aren't I bringing the solutions to you? Tell me your problems. I am the problem solver. Like, I feel like I should just change my channel to problem solver. Because that's basically what I do. I solve problems all day. So don't be surprised if ssBEAUTY turn into the problem solver. Engineer. Beauty engineer. mm, mm, mm. Oh my gosh, look how this coming out. We got drunkard, alcoholism, addiction, avoidance, abuse. Look, somebody knew this about this person is the energy. Somebody knew that if they could get this person under the influence, whatever the influence is, whether it's drinking, okay, whether it's pills, whether it's whatever they're addicted to here, okay, heroin, whatever, okay, Flocka, whatever it is, whatever it is, they knew that if they could keep that person in that energy, right, then they would be able to control them. They will be able to control them. They will be able to literally basically mold this person however they wanted to mold them. Literally. They will be able to mold them how they want to mold them. Okay? And then look, and then turn around and talk smack about them. Turn around and talk smack about them because they knew that this would put this person in this energy. They knew it would put them in this gang energy. Violent, criminality. Okay? Or they knew that if they could get them like this, that they can have them like doing whatever. Okay? Doing whatever. Look, it says ascetic, secret of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, and discipline. So this person could be sober right now. This person could be sober right now. Because look, it says keeper of justice, law, cases, defense, and advisor. This person is fighting. They're fighting for their life, right? They're fighting to be the architect of their own life, okay? Because they want to be able to run this race of life. Literally. They want to be able to run this race of life, okay? They want to be efficient in it, literally. They want to have that vitality, literally. They want to be the painter of their own book. They want to create their own story, literally. Bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, exceptional ability. And we got Hunter. This person is in pursuit of their own gifts. They're in pursuit of their own gifts. And right now, it's like they just feel like a homeless soldier. They just feel like a homeless soldier, right? Like they don't have no home, nowhere feels like home to them. And it just feel like they be on the battlefield all day, every day. It's like nowhere is home. It don't matter how many houses they in, nowhere feels like home. And it just feels like they just been through battle, battle after battle after battle, right? And they just like, they just want, it's like, I want my mama energy, right? But you see, like, there's a darkness around, okay, on this moon, there's like a darkness around this mother. Mm. So it may not even, they may not even have that mothery energy, right? They may not have a mother who knows selfless love. They may not have a mother who's a nurturer, okay? Like, it could literally be a situation where it's just all business, where it's all business, right? And they just want them to listen to them. They just want them to listen to them. And we got Diviner here. Vendor and Diviner. Come get your reading. It's literally the energy is like, come get your reading. If you want to dive deeper, come get your reading. Especially if any of this resonates, I advise come get in a reading with your girl. Information is in the description box. Don't forget to like the live as well. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, fireman, detective, and lover. Ooh, clergy. Mm, mm, mm. So we got criminal. I feel like this is different. I feel like that's a completely different energy. Okay. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. Ooh, what does this button do? Oh, green is green. Hmm. Interesting. What is this? Oh, this is from that eclipse. See how tiny it is. You can't even see it. Where is it? I don't see it. Y'all, the ADHD be real. Ooh, it's me. Look at me. Gummy. Gummy. Oh, so I can literally just do my reading like this. For real, for real. And y'all just look at my figgity face. This is pretty cool. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. The ADD be kicking in. I can't lie. But it does, it definitely feels like a different message. So I think I'm going to close this out. I think I'm going to leave it right here, honestly. Okay. But do come get a reading with your girl for sure. Come get your reading. I work with all budgets. I'm all budget friendly. I got some for everybody. Some for everybody. I feel like I'm gonna say I'm missing some cards, ain't it? So how y'all feeling tonight? You said, am I available now? Are you trying to get a reading? I'm shining. You trying to come get your reading? It said, absolutely. I am available for a reading if you want to get one. Like I said, I am all budget friendly. Like, I can work with whatever budget you have. Okay? Because even if it's a one car pool, baby, trust that one car pool is going to be everything you need. Okay. So for a private reading, you're going to have to email me so I can give you the information. Yeah, so if you want a reading now, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description, and I can literally like set up a private reading like right now. Excuse me. Okay. Alrighty. So I got my email up. I'm just waiting for you to come get your reading. Come get your reading. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I um I had to kind of be quiet. Mm-hmm. Yep, I just responded. Mm. So while I wait on that, I just kind of want to do a outlook for this week. Holy Spirit, what is this week looking like for the collective? Ooh, I said three cards. Let me see. Sometimes more than one come out. Okay, whoa, Nelly. So I asked what is going on this week, and these three came out. This one, and the Ace of Swords, which is always a good chord. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all just watching me? Oh, y'all waiting to see. Okay, so what's happening this weekend? Let us see, shall we? Look at this. Look at this. It's right up. Hmm. Ooh. We got the sun. Let me put that in front of me. We got the sun, honey. The sun. Oh, the Hierophant. What? And the Ace of Swords. What the heck? So that's like the sun can be seen as joy, right? It could be seen as joy, ultimate happiness. It could be seen as all these things. It talks about all these things, um, but also it could also mean exposure or shedding a light or something coming to the light or something being revealed here. And we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is that high level of commitment. It could also mean marriage, it could also mean some sort of institution or tradition as well. And we have the Ace of Swords, which is a card of clarity and truth. So it's like there's some kind of joy that's going to be coming this week, something you're going to be really happy about. Okay. It could be regarding some higher level of commitment. I still got the knockers on the board. I still got the lovers card on the board. Okay, you see what it says? Well, you can't see what it says because of my screen. But it says lovers, erotical, and sensuality. So this could very well be coming to you this week. Okay? So be on the lookout for that. I'm just going to slide these to the side because I might have to come back for them. I'll catch y'all on the next one.